Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day this video. I wanted to make this video because I just recently saw a news article regarding somebody with about 9 or 10 terahash finding a Bitcoin solo block on ckpool.org, the solo mining solo.ckpool.org, and I believe that was with an S9. That would be about 9 to 10 terahash. And so for me, I actually do have one of these Mars Lander like Bitcoin solo miners I got from bitcoinmerch.com like 2 months ago, and this thing's actually been off for, I don't know, a good month now, because most of you guys know I just recently been moving and renovating my new mining location here, getting all set up, and so now I'm turning this on because I was a little bit more motivated due to somebody who found a Bitcoin block off 9 or 10 terahash. Now obviously what I have here, I guess with this Mars Lander, and I'm not trying to promote this or anything, you guys do whatever you want with your money, assuming you want to gamble with something like this. This is basically like a lottery ticket, and I'm going to go through a lot in this video, but with this little Mars Lander Pro, I'm wanting to try to add 3 more of these Compact F. I think these are from S17s, like Bitmain S17 ASIC chips that are doing about 300 to 350 gigahash on the SHA-256 algorithm, right, for Bitcoin. And so if I can somehow add these 3 to kind of branch off of this Mars Lander, and I did see an extra USB here to see if I can try to add one of these, but also if I can add this 7-port USB 3.0 hub. I believe this does about 65 watts total for capacity for powering, 7 devices. So that's what I'm wanting to try in this video. Thank you to bitcoinmerch.com for saying this to me. I'm curious to know if this is going to work or not. So a few different tests I want to do. So right now this Mars Lander is taking about 10 watts, okay, mining at, I think about, and you know what, I may have an issue with this Mars Lander. It's not mining at its max capacity. Right now it says hash rate is 33, I'm assuming 33 gigahash. So it's supposed to say, I think, around 300 to 350. So I think there is something wrong with my Mars Lander here. But what I'm hoping to see is if I add just one of these, into the USB port on the side, that it might work or may not work. So we're gonna try that, and then if that does or does not work, I'm gonna try plugging in the 7-port USB hub here along with the other 2 or 3 Compact Fs together, and seeing if the hash rate will, go higher obviously than what I'm getting now, and hopefully over 300. So let's just do it right now. I'm gonna unplug it, and we're gonna try. Just simply, we're gonna take out this. Okay, this is just the cover. 3 USBs total. Obviously, I would not be able to add a USB on this side here, and on the other side, it wouldn't fit because these Compact Fs are definitely wide. But I want to try something. Okay, so we're just gonna add one of the Compact F USBs here, just to see if that works. It's kind of jank, but let's see if it blows up now. Let's do it. Here we go. All right. Let's turn it on. And I just realized, do I need to add the fan on top of it, which I believe is USB. Yeah. You know what? I think it's okay. I'll just run it without the fan for now, see how hot it gets. Alright, so it looks like it's loading the module drivers, Gecko drivers, CG miner. That's to mine Bitcoin, and we're solo mining Bitcoin to solo.ckpool.org. And you know, just to say, you know, the chance of me getting a Bitcoin block is probably never. I'm not lucky enough to get one, get a Bitcoin block, and if I do, that would be amazing. I'll probably give a Bitcoin away to somebody. You know, I'll do a giveaway of like 0.01 Bitcoin to like 10 people or something. That would be awesome. But yeah, if you go to solochance.com, you can enter in your gigahash or terahash, how much hash rate you have, and then you'll just see how much, you know, what's the chances of you getting a Bitcoin block. So I think with just one Compact F, I think it was like 1 in 1.2 billion chance of actually getting a Bitcoin block, which is very rare. Right, and if you go to, I believe, the ckpool.org, their address, right, for their fee, you can see how many Bitcoin blocks they've actually found over the past, I don't know, year. And I think it's like, what, under 10 or 13 Bitcoin blocks. So, you know, the chances of, you know, compared to how many people out there probably have these types of setups and, you know, a bunch of these USB miners, think about it. What are the chances of you, or even me, getting a Bitcoin block? It's honestly very, very rare. It's honestly probably never gonna get a Bitcoin block. But hey, worth a try, right? Why not? You know, since I have this, I'm obviously making a video on it. Again, I'm not persuading anyone to buy this. I think the price for like maybe this whole setup minus the Raspberry Pi, I think it's $5.99 for 3 of the Compact Fs and the USB hub for $5.99. That's really expensive in my opinion, just for I think 1 terahash or 1.05 terahash for 3 of these Compact Fs. So if you compare that, right, but obviously the power consumption is what, a lot lower. Right now with 2 Compact Fs, we're taking about 13.2 watts now, and it's showing that we are at 122 gigahash. Yeah, I think it's still going up. You know, maybe I'll leave it for another 10 minutes. But yeah, if you're comparing it to the price of that, you know, for $5.99, you can probably find an S9 which does 10 terahash for about, what, $199? Maybe the lowest prices for an S9 right now is $150 to $300, and that does like 10 times the terahash. But of course, an S9 takes way more power. I'm gonna say, what, 90 times more power than this little setup here. Oh, it looks like we're at like 15 watts now. And let's just see here if it, you know, if we're going up in hash rate. And no, we're at 93 gigahash. Okay, so I feel like it's not working. Oh, this is hot. Oh yeah, that is hot. That is burning. All right, you know what? We're gonna turn this off, and we're gonna then plug in the USB hub, and we're gonna do this in real time here. Okay, so let me take this out. Oh, this looks pretty interesting. Okay, this is something, you know, I have never played around with in my life, like a USB hub. I've never done, you know, Bitcoin USB solo mining, other than, of course, I got the Mars lander, but that was a couple months ago. Got switches for power, for powering each one, I'm assuming. So this is just gonna simply plug into the power here, and the adapter, which I wanna, you know, we're gonna see how much power this takes. And oh, looks like I can't even, oh no, I can't, okay. I can't fit the Mars lander power and the USB power together on my one outlet. I can't see the power for both. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take my power bar here. So you know what, my Ivy Link has to turn off for now, as it's not gonna get network anyway, and it's too loud. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take out my network switch here. We're gonna plug in my power bar, 120 volt power bar here. Okay, then we're gonna plug in the USB here, and then the Mars lander power needs power too, so that's gonna go here. All right, and now we're going to, let's plug in all of the, I guess, Compact Fs into the USB hub here. And it goes like this. Let's do the next one here. Let me gonna take this out now. Wow, this is warm. This thing is warm. It's still warm even after being off for a good 5. Oh wow, that's burning. Okay, place that here. Now, I just realized something. Okay, so here's what it looks like, but I should probably add in the fans because, yeah, these are hot. So it looks like, obviously, the spacing here, that's not looking too good for the amount of how big this is. So I probably have to space these out pretty far in order to fit, honestly. So let's just do it like that, right? And I'm just assuming that I slide it in just like this. Okay. All right, there we go. Snaps in nice and tight. That's good. Okay, just adding the last one, and there we go. Okay, now obviously each of the fans require power, so that's just gonna go, I'm gonna plug that into the next USB port right underneath each of these, like so, like that. And the other one, last one, will go right behind it, I guess. Okay. All right, looks kind of, I don't know, looks kind of jank. Maybe the USB for the fans for these guys are a bit too long, but that's okay. And I forgot the USB cable, the communication for the USB hub here, which then goes into, let's see if the Mars lander will communicate it or not. And right here, like that. So 4 compact Fs and the single Mars lander. Okay, so we're going to plug it in now. It's got power, and I think I gotta turn all of these on. And I don't see, oh, there we go. And yeah, I gotta turn on all the switches. Okay, looks like there's fan movement. Oh, there's a good amount of air coming out of these little fans here, so that's good. Okay, so let's see if we, I don't know, get anything higher in terms of hash rate with this plugged in like this. We'll see. So, you know what, I'll give it some time. Be right back. Okay, actually, literally about 20 seconds later or less, looks like they're all mining now, or I don't know, maybe it not be, but it only shows 457 gigahash. I think we should be over, I think, 1 terahash, maybe 1.4 terahash, 1.3 terahash, respectively, if you combined all of these compact Fs together. Okay, so now we're at 584. Okay, I'm just gonna let this go for a while and see if the terahash or gigahash, or if this turns into a terahash or not in, you know, less than an hour or an hour. Be right back. Okay, so it's been, I would say, a good 5 hours I've been playing around, but this whole setup, it's actually stopped working maybe 4 times in total in the past 5 hours. So it would mine, I would say, a good between half an hour to an hour or less, and it would just stop mining. The screen, it would show the screen, no problem. It would show the, you know, hash rate word, diff, best, but there would be no numbers beside it after a certain time, 30 minutes, you know, up to an hour. And so then I basically would take out the power cable, put it back in, then it would start hashing again. So not quite sure if there's some issue with these, or I'm pretty sure it's an issue with the Mars lander initially, because without the USB hub, I did have an issue where, I think I explained it in the beginning of the video, where the hash rate for this compact F would just go erratic and, you know, ultimately stop mining. So I think it is an issue with this Mars lander. Most likely I will probably have to move these off, this whole hub with the 3 compact Fs, or maybe the other 4th one here, using, you know, another device like a Raspberry Pi or just a regular PC. But most likely I'll probably want to put this on something low power, because with all of these mining right now, it ranges from 50 to 60 watts, I found. Yeah, see, now it's going back up, 56. Sometimes I saw it at 60 watts. So between 50 and 60 watts that this whole setup is mining. And, you know, sometimes it shows, especially on the mining pool, it shows the 1 minute hash rate is about 967. I have not been able to get a good hour reading. It would just, like I said, it would just like stop hashing after a certain time, under an hour. You can see here, I think with all of these compact Fs, we should be getting over a terahash. So I think it is an issue with this compact F in here. And maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe this setup here is kind of hindering it a little bit, where it looks like they're all mining. There's like these little flashing indicator lights on the compact Fs, you guys can see, and this 3rd one here is also flashing as well, so that means it must be mining because right now it does show 884 gigahash. I would say pretty close to a terahash, but it's not over a terahash, which I think it should be, right? I think about 250 gigahash, and I think 300 gigahash is overclocked on each of these if I set that up, and I haven't set that up, so I think realistically I should be about 250 gigahash per compact F. I'm guessing maybe Silicon Lottery, that's why we're not at a terahash, and we're at, you know, instead 889, you know, around there. And CK Pool is, it's showing some erratic reporting numbers as well, so I don't know what to say. Yeah, this is it's not very stable for me, so I'm gonna have to probably switch this out to something else. And I was thinking of doing it on I guess taking apart a helium miner. Now Goldshell sent me this, and I haven't reviewed it yet. I haven't turned it on. I've just been procrastinating on this guy, but if this has a Raspberry Pi, maybe I can take this apart in another video and see if this is a Raspberry Pi, because if it is, then I'll take this apart and then I'll use it for, I guess, solo mining Bitcoin with these compact Fs instead of utilizing that. Or maybe if, you know, Bitcoin Merch maybe watches this video, if they do want to send me a replacement for this, it doesn't matter to me, but, you know, maybe I'll try the Raspberry Pi method anyway, because it's lower power. We'll play around with that in another video. If this is not a Raspberry Pi, may not be actually, it might be their own little proprietary hardware. We'll see in another video. Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Just letting you know that I did have issues basically utilizing this hub with this, but I think the ultimate reason why it's not working is because of the Mars lander itself. So normally I think with this you would install it on Windows or a PC, something that you have on all the time, and or a Raspberry Pi, something that's low power obviously, because like I said, this whole setup is under 60 watts, right? 59 right now, and yeah, to have this run out of nowhere, it is wireless, right? It is Wi-Fi, so that's really handy, but with this configuration you do need 2 power plugs, right, like this, to make it work for solo mining Bitcoin. So I guess we'll see. Are we gonna get a Bitcoin block? Probably not, but that's, you know, that's the fun thing about this, basically gambling. Am I ever gonna get a Bitcoin block? Probably not. All right, I'll see you on the next video. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good one. Peace out.